it just never got good. That's Jeff.
I try.
You too. You and Vetus. I very professional.
Oh yeah, I'm telling Vetus, yeah, everything's so smooth.
I know. As soon as we're about, I'm like, Vetus, that's because we produced a carbon, you know, and you know, things have been, and then Vetus is Do you guys want the air on, or are you okay? Because I have my sweater. If you need to blast it.
I'm sure this is going to be just match the existing house. See if I don't have any samples. This garage.
We are live stream, just so you know.
Okay.
Steve was supposed to bring them up here. No one's supposed to bring them up, so I said, no, I'm just gonna hold them up.
Are the only two here right now? Me and
John, Steve-O's on,
Oh, okay.
and but yeah, you know, no other board members. No Barrelman, Trainer, or Lawler.
That's, country.
For the first property.
Steve Barrowman.
No.
Oh.
Steve-O for the second application.
Oh, okay.
Here's Trainer.
Hello.
Hey, good doctor.
Everybody enjoying this beautiful day?
Yep. Now I'm stuck in a room.
Oh, John's home.
Nice decor, John.
Oh, that must be the new red he did in this kitchen.
Thank God that didn't have to go through ARV.
Is that?
Red in the kitchen, thank God that didn't have to go through ARV.
That one did red.
Tell me we're waiting for a few more people.
All right, right now we're just waiting for a few more people to sign on, and we'll get the meeting started here in a couple minutes.
Should be able to.
Did anybody watch the video of them putting in that fiberglass swimming pool
No, I didn't watch the video.
on the internet? Whoa. I'd be nervous if I was a house next to it that kind of slipped a little bit.
I don't know if there's a link to it. Was there a link to it or something? Is that on the
Oh,
brochure?
I just went on the Sun Pools link, and then there was a video for it that showed them actually installing one.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of neat installation. Yeah, they lift it, they bring it on the street and they lift it up over the house and drop it in the hole.
I used to see those sitting down off of Route 2 at that, was it in front of Lighthouse or something? They had one sitting there one time.
Could be, but I mean, these pools are huge. They're like 15 by 30 feet or something like that.
Right.
I think it would be a wide load on the freeway, you know?
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Carmen, how you doing? Hello,
Good.
Jim. John. Hello.
Turn your Fitbit off, John.
Yeah, John, it looks like you're in John Mashako's new edition. He has those 2 doors. I can't hear you. You're not coming through.
He's muted again.
Yeah, I was.
There you go.
Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
office upstairs.
Aha, looks official.
Yeah, and there's it doubles as a Zen studio.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
You want incense and stand on your head or what?
No, she does Reiki and she teaches Reiki classes and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
I like
I
that.
like that.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
When the world starts to spin the right direction, you can come over for Reiki classes.
I thought the 2 doors were like for a still and mirror act, you know, where one comes in one door, out the other door. And
Yeah. No, there's only one door. Well, there's
Oh,
2
oh, it looks like 2 doors. Oh, that's a picture.
closet doors. Yeah, those are closet doors that are centered in the room. And
Um,
As far as I know, can you tell me if he wasn't available?
If you want to start with this, here, you have a quorum. Give you name.
Up to you.
Okay. I'm going to start the meeting, and if Tom comes in on Zoom.
here's my wife.
Hi.
Hey,
Oh,
Hey, we need Reggie. We need
That's
Reggie.
Mrs. Morelli.
Hi, I'm
let's get
Mrs.
my wife in here. Hey, Sandy.
Yes, where's Sandy? Bring Sandy on.
Sorry to interrupt. I just came to say goodbye to him real
Okay,
quick.
goodbye.
All right, I'll see you in a
Okay.
little bit.
Hey, can I get the
All right, goodbye.
Yeah.
on the counter?
Goodbye.
Yes, okay, I'll bring them back. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Well, there's
A whole different feel to these meetings, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's really different.
that was her 2 minutes of fame. All right, I'm going to start the meeting. Sorry for this. All right, this meeting is being held in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code, Section 121.22, specific to recent amendments made in light of the current COVID-19 declared emergency House Bill 197. Under the orders of the Governor DeWine and the Director of Health of Ohio, the Architectural Review Board is meeting remotely via electronic means. This meeting was properly noticed and forwarded to the news media. The public was invited to view the meeting live through a link posted on the Mayfield Village website. These proceedings will be conducted in compliance with all applicable state laws and regulations. All right, first order of business is consideration of meeting minutes.
I'll do a roll call.
Okay, first we gotta do a roll call.
Mr. Mailsy,
Here?
Mr. Veerman,
Here?
Dr. Triiner,
here.
Mr. Morelli,
Here,
All right, consideration of meeting minutes, June 11th, 2020. I'm sure everyone has read them and gone through them. Any comments, questions on those?
It looks okay.
Okay, and we'd like to make a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Second
to-
it.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 First order of business, in-ground swimming pool and fence. Just Neil Duchesne, 6867 Deepwood Lane, Extreme Concrete. Please state your name and we'll go through, bring it up on the web page by page. And you can give us a brief description and the board will then give their comments and we'll take a vote.
Kenneth Mills, owner of Extreme Concrete. It's basically a fiberglass in-ground swimming pool. It's going to be placed in the rear yard. We're going to do an aluminum fence around the pool, concrete around the pool, be stamped concrete that's going to go around and tie into the existing garage. I believe that the pool goes from 3 to 6 feet. I believe it's 14 by 34, if I'm seeing it right.
14 by 32, it says.
Yeah, let me look at the drawing, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, 14 by 32. It's a Tahiti by Sun Pools is the model.
Is that one piece? Does that come in one piece?
It's one piece unit. So as you guys were talking in the beginning there, I set like this particular pool, we'll set with an excavator, not a crane, just because we have the ability there in the yard. But we put down mats and then we offload the pool with an excavator and a spreader bar, and then basically driving around and set it in the hole. There are some instances when there's obviously we can't get an excavator to the site that we do set them with a crane though. But in this instance, the plan is to set it with an excavator. So it's one piece, and then it'll be plumbed back to the equipment pad, which will have obviously a heater, 250,000 BTU heater, a pump. It has a filter, a chlorinator, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now that does get its own separate panel, electrical panel, and it'll have its own separate gas line ran to it as well.
You know, where is all that? It's not on the plan.
Look here.
Are you gonna put it in a little building? Are you gonna build a little?
It sits on a concrete pad, and I'm trying to look here.
Yeah, it's not on the site plan.
She might have left it off there. I apologize for that. Let me see if it's on the sketch.
Is it typically on the deck as you're showing the deck with the dimensions of the deck, or is it typically located elsewhere?
It's typically located as on an exterior wall, the home as close to the pool as possible. Usually we put it, on an exterior wall, usually closer to the, obviously trying to limit the run of the gas line and the power. And then it goes on a little concrete pad itself. And usually we plant some shrubs around it or trees around it to cover it. Some people do choose to enclose it, but I haven't had one client this whole year choose to. So this one's not going to be enclosed either. Typically what people will do is they'll take those components and store them inside in the winter, or a lot of people just leave them out to the weather also.
So if you go to your fourth sheet where it shows the back of the existing house and the deck and the stairs, where it says existing planter, would that be a spot where you could put it right in the corner there by the sidewalk?
Yeah, it can be. It's going to go in one of those flower beds. I'm surprised
Okay.
it's not on.
All right. Hey, on the prep for the hole that
Yeah.
you're going to drop this fiberglass in,
Yep.
do you pour a skim coat of concrete with like wire mesh or anything, or is it just sit in the
No.
dirt?
No, so what happens is you dig the hole, and then you take and we put, it varies. It's usually about 4 inches of number 8 gravel down and tamp
Okay.
it, and then it sets on the gravel. And
Oh,
then
just at the bottom?
the gravel just goes at the bottom, and then the bottom of the pool rests on that gravel. Now keep in mind you have about a 12-inch over dig all the way around.
Yeah.
And we backfill that with a product called LSM. It's basically low density concrete.
Okay.
And that's what the backfill is. And that locks the pool in. And I also, it's not shown on the drawings, and it never is, because it's just an add-on that I do. I put a sump pump on all of my pools. Now, a lot of companies don't do that, but I do.
You mean under to take the water out from underneath?
Yeah, so I put a 12-inch pipe in vertically that will stick into that gravel that's in the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
That 12-inch pipe will come up, and it'll actually have a cover that'll be in the concrete just outside the edge of the pool somewhere.
Okay,
And that has a sump pump down in it that will, you know, with a float, just like in your basement, that'll keep the water off the bottom of the pool.
so it doesn't lift the pool.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a myth that they do lift. They can lift, but
Okay.
it's not likely. But I do it because Sun Pools recommends that the homeowners manage their own groundwater.
Yeah,
But if you can imagine, I mean, having to go out there with the sump pump on a regular basis and look down that hole it's not gonna
Right.
happen. So I
So
put
that-
it in.
that's somewhere outside the perimeter of the pool where you can
Yeah,
actually,
it's in the
with a cover?
concrete. Yeah, it's in the concrete deck.
okay, so you could take a lid off of it and see it and maintain.
Yeah, it's usually about a foot off the water line.
And then you put that on a receptacle, like a GFI receptacle?
Yeah, typically there'll be a post that's, you know, mounted off the concrete. Sometimes it's in the concrete, and that has a GFI receptacle.
Okay.
And that is for that pump, and that's also for their cleaner if they choose to use an electric aftermarket cleaner for the pool.
Yeah, vacuum, yeah.
Yeah, because most people are choosing to go that route, so that's something that we put in there as well.
All right. So there's no wire mesh or rebar or anything that we have to worry about bonding electrically because it's
No, on these
all
pools,
not-
yeah, the only thing that gets bonded on these pools is the concrete in the deck. So
Okay.
once the pool's set, we put our gravel base down around it where the concrete goes,
Mhm.
and tamp that, and then we do run a bonding wire on the wire mesh of the concrete
Right,
that goes from, it'll go to anything metal that they have, whether it could be the automatic cover, it could be a set of, you know, a railing. It goes
Yeah.
all the way around that and then back to the equipment pad, and it's grounded at the pad.
how about the fence, metal fence?
I've never seen those grounded. We don't ground the fence.
How far away are they from the pool? If they're within 5 feet, you're supposed to bond that too.
Yeah, if it's, I guess everywhere is different. We've not bonded, we've not had to bond them anywhere, but I see what you're saying there. If it, in
I mean,
this-
how close is the fence to the water?
This
It
one
might-
here, it's
it might
probably
be-
gonna be about
7 feet. According to this drawing.
yeah, it's 5 feet to the edge of the, I think she has. I can't see.
It's 14 feet on one side, 12 feet on another, 7 on the back. Looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you gotta be like 5 feet or closer to have to bond it, I believe.
Right.
That's in the National Electric Code. I'll look it up before we get into this.
Like that, well, he's at 7 feet.
Yeah, 7 feet, you don't have to then. That's far enough away.
And the sides are 14 and 12 feet.
Yeah, that sides we don't worry about because that's here again, it's not close enough.
Okay, my question also is, I don't think we have a real railing diagram on this, but according to the pictures that were submitted, the deck right now has a dark brown or bronze railing. Are you doing the same color railing around the pool?
Yeah, it's the same color. It's gonna be, actually, the railing that's there now is actually black. I mean, in real life, it looks black. I guess the picture does make it look a little bronze, but the railing that goes around the fence around the pool is the same color.
Okay,
It'll be extremely close.
right. I just didn't want to see a
Right.
stainless steel fence or a white fence. And
No, it actually looks it's very similar to the one in the drawing. It's actually the same fence. It's a black aluminum fence with some of them have a single band at the top and some of them have a double.
Okay.
Would-
You also submitted a Decocrete. Do you have a color in mind that the customer is choosing on that?
You know, the customer, I don't believe, has given us a decision on the concrete at this point. I could double check with them, but I don't believe that they have.
I mean, I don't see an issue with the concrete as long as it isn't one of the red ones.
No. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree with you there 100%. Let me double check here in an email and just see if he hasn't made
A choice.
You know, in the video that I saw, they showed when they before they set the pool in, that they graded, you know, some sort of non-compactable fill underneath it to kind of match the slope of the pool. So the pool kind of sits on that across the entire bottom of it.
Yeah, that's basically that's about what we do with the gravel. So if it's, let's say this pool has a slope to the bottom, we have a dig sheet, like we'll dig it to the depth, to the slope of the pool, so that we try to not have more than 4 inches of gravel under it at any point, just for settling.
John, regards to the location of the pool equipment, is it allowed to be on the side of the house, or does it have to be behind the house?
Well, it can't be in the side yard, but this lot is so wide. The side yard doesn't start for quite a time on that one side, at least on the
Okay.
site plan, on the right side where the driveway is.
Mhm.
If it goes over there somewhere, it's not gonna be in the side yard.
Okay,
If it goes on the other side, it'll have to be tucked in behind a corner.
right. I just thought some cities have codes on like air conditioners can't be on the side of the house.
Yeah, yeah, they normally don't, you don't wanna, I mean, in the smaller suburbs where they got, 40-foot lots, you don't wanna see air conditioners when you drive down the street next to the house.
Right.
Yeah,
I would think for convenience, you'd want the filter and all that stuff to be located fairly close to the pool, so.
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
What about lighting? Is there any kind of plan for post lights or any kind of lighting around this pool for at night?
No, there's lights inside the pool. Each one of these pools has 2 lights. They're LEDs, and usually there's one on either side, kind of catty cornered from each other. All those Sun Pulse units have that. You can add more than that, but they all have at least 2. And on this pool, we have 2.
Do you know if they're gonna put any other lights around the deck or around the concrete or in the yard?
No plans right now of any.
Okay, all right.
And she, so the girl that works in my office isn't here, but she said that she sent the colors over to you guys, but I'm trying to find them right now on an email.
After you guys install it, do you leak check the pool to make sure there's no stray electrical current?
There's no what?
Do you leak check it? They have a leak checker for swimming pools where you can.
Yeah, we do. It's kind of, everywhere is different. Everywhere we install these pools, there's some places, like for example, Portage County doesn't even inspect anything. They don't look at absolutely nothing. Now, some places require us to do a pressure test on the plumbing. Some places don't require anything. It's really by the area.
Yeah, he's looking at a electrical leakage check to make sure there's no stray current going into the water. And
Yeah,
also, you'll also have a water ground, correct?
on these pools, what it is, yeah, it's the skimmer. So
Okay, it's built into the skimmer.
yeah, the skimmer, it's tied into that ground wire that I was telling you that'll go around
Right.
the concrete. That's
Yeah, it's a bonding conductor.
Yes.
Puts everything at the same potential.
Yeah, they
Yep.
just lost 3 people to electrocution at that one swim pool accident.
Yeah, New Jersey, yeah. Did they ever say that was electrocution? It had to be.
They haven't, but I would think there's a.
Me
strong-
too, yeah. When
Village
3
of-
people go down at one time, that's usually what it is.
Well, that
So-
happened. Put in
So
Bailey.
back to that, back to the color, they're gonna go with a travertine color, which will be that white. And travertine, it'll be travertine and cappuccino, it'll be mixed, so it'll be kind of like a beige.
Okay.
Yeah, pinkish beige.
And my only other question would be, according to the plans, the deck really has no other exit besides that one set of steps, so we don't have to worry about any other gates.
No, right now, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be the set of steps and then the one gate, that goes out the sidewalk there.
Yeah. Well, is there gonna be, how do you lock the access from the pool to the outside besides? So this the deck that they have now is completely surrounded by railings or not?
Yes, it is. I believe it has railings on all sides, all the way to the house, completely encompassed.
Okay, so then they're gonna have a locking gate at the top of the stairs?
Well, we're gonna put one either at the top or the bottom.
Okay,
Now that hasn't been determined. They asked me about whether they would have to have that. and
yeah,
I
you do.
told them I wasn't 100% positive.
Yeah, you always have to have some kind of locking gate so that, you have to really try hard to get into the pool when you're not supposed to be there.
Now, would that matter? Could that be at the bottom or the top, or does it matter?
It wouldn't matter because normally the only way to get to the pool from the deck would be down those stairs, unless
Right.
you're gonna hurdle the railing, but if you put it at the top or the bottom, it'll be sufficient.
Okay.
Also, one other thing, and it's probably not something that is unheard of by you, is a water alarm. And you know what that is, right? It's if the water is disturbed, the alarm goes off in the house.
Yeah. Now we don't. This pool. Let's put it this way. We offer that, but
Okay.
very few people take advantage of that. Now, this particular pool will have, and our renderings don't show this but this particular pool will also have an automatic cover.
Okay,
So this one, the cover it'll actually be recessed under the lip of the pool. So
Okay.
you won't be able to see it, but it'll automatically come out and close the pool. I mean, obviously they have to close and open it, but
yeah.
it'll be an electronic cover as well.
Is it a hard cover? A hard cover or a?
No,
canvas?
it's a vinyl cover, but it does have a walk rating. I mean, a safety rating. Because in some areas, like for example, Strongsville, if we use that cover, we don't have to put a fence up. But
Oh,
that's the only area I've ever built a pool that they've allowed them to do that.
okay.
But it's rated to carry. I don't have the specs in front of me, but it's basically, they advertise 3 or 4 people standing out on it. Deer can go out on it, dogs.
Okay.
It's not ideal, but it will support the weight.
Yeah, so you won't fall through.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, so I'm just gonna put a note on my print that gates will be installed on existing deck
Deck.
or steps. And I'm willing to motion to approve it with that note.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Milesy?
Yes.
Mr. Behrman?
Yes.
Dr. Triner?
Yes.
And by the way, I'm on the call. If anybody didn't know, I apologize. I came in about 2 minutes late.
Oh, that's Tom. Welcome to the meeting, sir.
yeah, Tom's here.
Okay, we have to start all over now.
No, I was here for the discussion.
Now, that fence won't have any other gates in it, correct?
No, it'll just have the gate to the walkway.
Okay, all right.
All right. I think we're good on that one. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good rest.
Great, thank you. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Next order of business, detached garage. Steve O. DeFranco, 6580 Highland Road, New Creation Builders. Please state your name and go through the project.
He's muted.
Here.
Oh, Carmen, I'm here. This is Steve-O, but Diane is the person that's supposed to present this. So I'm not sure. I don't see her on.
Okay, no, we don't have her on right now, but I'm sure we can go through the garage with you representing, correct, John?
Pardon me?
Can we go through the meeting?
We
and-
could. Well, I guess we can just get everything settled with Steve-O and then he'll have to get it straight with the contractor.
Are you fine with that, sir?
We can go through it just as long as everything's in the notes. I'm just gonna forward everything to to them to fix, so if there's anything there.
Okay. Then we'll probably just go through this page by page, and if we have any comments on it. I'm sure you looked at the site plan and saw that it fits on the lot and side yards and everything looks good.
Yeah, we checked all that. Actually, the first site plan that I got was wrong. They had I'm looking at that one. That one's been corrected. There's an L-shaped driveway. Go ahead, Jeffrey, if you can go back to that, thanks. Yeah, so the L-shaped driveway, so at the top of the drive, which would be due west, there's a concrete pad, or that's like an extension, and the garage is gonna sit right at the end of that pad. So then there's 70 feet to the property line, so, and in front of it towards Highland is all trees. So that elevation, which would be the north elevation, is gonna be pretty much invisible.
Okay. My also question would be to you, John, so you know, Steve may not be able to answer this.
Mhm.
Do we allow that pour with just a 12-inch footer?
Up to 600 square feet, you can do 12-inch. The state's changing their code. They've already gone through all the hearings and proposals, but because of the COVID-19, they haven't gone back to session to put it in the code. So they gave us the latitude.
All right. And that fits in our 600?
Yeah, it's under 600.
Yeah, it's 572, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you want to go to the elevations, yeah. On this elevation, you are showing like a little shelf roof above the garage. Is that going to be put in on the garage? Because sometimes the computer generates it, it's not clear.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll tell you, I looked at these drawings and they're not very good, I would say, frankly. We didn't discuss that shelf, whatever that is. So I'm not sure what it is. I get the sense that she or they cut and pasted this from some other project.
So that looks like an eyebrow kind of thing, overhang, but that's probably not even really there.
That's what I was wondering, if it was going to be there or if it's just going to be full vinyl siding all the way up.
It should be vinyl siding the whole way up.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't have that pronounced triangle on top of your door.
Right.
Okay.
And those aren't even the right doors, are they? That ain't the right door, is it?
That's not the right door, no.
No.
So the door that's going to match is, I think I sent pictures to her and I think she included them. So they'll match those doors there.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be one door, one 16-foot door that matches that style.
So we'll have those black hinges and the top lights across it?
You got it, right.
Okay, all right.
And
How about
Go
the window? Are you gonna put that window on top of the door, or
no,
that's something they put that in there?
that window is supposed to be on the side, so it's not going to be there.
So it'll be on which side? The house side?
The north side, which
North
would be
side.
the street side, which I think
All
is
right.
where you guys wanted it.
Okay, the treed side. Okay, so that would be the right side elevation?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna put it in the middle of the wall, or you don't know yet?
You know, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go on that side, but from what I understand, John, you guys wanted something like that facing Highland Road.
Yeah.
In case the trees were to ever come down.
Right, something on that side, right, would be helpful, so it's not just a big blank sheet of vinyl.
Yeah. And we can put it right in the middle.
Okay. Couple
Either that-
shutters?
Either that or we put two of them to sort of make it more attractive, I guess.
Well, it also lets some natural light in, so you don't have to turn the lights on all the time.
Right. Well, there's supposed to be skylights here too on the roof. There's two skylights that are supposed to go in.
Well, there's a whole lot missing here.
Sure is.
Oh my gosh. So where would the skylights be? On the west or on the east and west, or?
Be on the
Both
south,
one-
on the south side, which would be where the man door is there at the bottom.
Okay,
The pitch is incorrect. It's supposed to be a 712, not a 412. The previous page shows a 712.
yeah, it does. And that's, you and I talked about it, that matches your house better, right, the 712.
Right. The house is actually I think a 1012 or a 912.
Okay. So that's pretty steep. And then you and I talked about the overall height will be kept at 15 feet instead of 16.
That's correct.
Okay, to the peak. All right. How about any outside lights over by your doors, your overhead door? It's gonna be, you're gonna have any kind of coach lights or anything outside, so.
Yeah, we'll probably have them wired up. I guess we didn't talk about it. I'd probably, have it wired up and then do it myself later, or have the electrician do it.
Yeah, so you have lights on your house, right? On the front wall of the house?
Right, I do, yeah.
Maybe if you can just make a pledge to kind of match them up.
Yep.
So that they look similar.
Right, we match them up. Agreed.
Yeah, okay. All right, so the front elevation, the window's gone, the eyebrow's gone, the doors are different, and we got a pair of coach lights, and that should take care of the front.
Sounds good.
Okay. So then we go to the north side. If we can jump to the north side, which would be the right side, we're gonna have one or two windows, correct?
Right. Does that matter to you? Is it one or two, or does it?
No,
matter?
it doesn't. No, that's up to you. But my suggestion would be if that's gonna be exposed to the street, which it could be if your vegetation dies, will you match one of the windows on the front of the house and put the shutters on it too, so it looks like it's all cohesive?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
But also, why don't we put in the notes that if he does one window, it'll be centered. And if he does two, it'll be evenly spaced along that elevation.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so it looks proper.
Do you guys care what size the windows are?
You're probably gonna use like a double hung or something, no? Like
Right.
a bedroom window size, like 20,
Yeah.
24, whatever those are. Yeah,
Right.
that's fine. Go to Home Depot and buy a bedroom window and stick it in there.
Okay.
All right, and John.
John, do we usually see overhangs on these elevations? Any kind of roof overhangs usually?
Depends on the house usually. If the house has like a 1 foot overhang, a lot of times the garage has the same overhang. This has a small one. It's a small one.
Looks like it's calling for a 5-inch. Yeah, calling for a 5-inch overhang.
Right.
Yeah. What is your house overhang?
Well, the front of the existing garage, if you page down to the pictures, I'm not sure if it'll show it. Oh, there you go. Right there. I think it might be 6.
That's
it's
all?
5 or 6. Yeah, it's not a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, if
and
you
the
could
back
look at the
is even
shadow.
less. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Look at the shadow from the sun.
That is kind of a heavy shadow coming off. You
Yeah,
think that's all from the roof overhang?
That's not accurate.
That's not.
The shadow's not accurate in terms of how far off the house that comes.
Will you make a verbal commitment to match the overhang on the garage, on the present garage, to match the new garage?
Yep.
Okay. So if it's 6 inch, it'll be 6 inch. If it's 10, it'll be 10,
Okay.
whatever it is. So
Also on the gable end too, right, John?
what's that?
On the gable end, there is no overhang.
How about on the
Well,
house?
that's what I was talking about.
Now,
We're looking
John,
at the right and left elevation.
Just to be clear on this particular piece too, the front overhang is, between 5 and 7. The back is 3 or 4.
On the garage? On the
On the
garage?
garage, yeah.
Okay.
It's very shallow on the back, even shallower on the back.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna, you can't see your new garage and the old one at the same time, and you can't see the back of the old one in the garage at the same time. So in
Okay.
other words, when I pull in your driveway and I look at the present garage with the two doors and the overhang, if I look to the right, I would see I would see the same kind of door with the same kind of overhang.
Got it. Understood.
And I wasn't presented with any samples, so we're gonna put a note on here that you're going to match these. Does the existing house have vinyl siding?
It
at all?
does. I have some samples here if you want me to turn on my camera, though I don't know how well it'll show.
Yeah, you had your house vinyl sided not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you I can't get my camera to work here. The vinyl siding, I think I sent her a picture. I'm not sure what this picture is all about. This isn't even my house.
So you have double 4 vinyl siding, isn't that correct?
Double 4, it's heather is the color it's called.
Okay. All right, so the siding's gonna match, the garage siding's gonna match the house siding, which
Right.
we can't see, which is actually to the left of your garage presently.
To the right of that picture, actually, to the right side.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then the roof will match too. The roof is a dimensional. It's called Certainteed.
Yeah, like a weatherwood or something.
I think it is called weathered wood, though I can't find the name of it, but
Yeah, everybody uses weatherwood.
yeah.
It's like a grayish blend.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. I can't think of anything else. Your gutters are probably going to be white aluminum like the ones on the house.
White aluminum, correct.
Yeah. And you can splash block those out into the trees in the back if you like, because you're not required to tie these in.
Okay.
All right, so this is what I have written on my copy so far. 1, gable overhangs and gutter overhangs to match existing home. Right side elevation to have 1 window centered or 2 equally spaced on the right elevation. Also, there's no gable window on the garage door side, and I'm calling it a roof shelf. There'll be no roof shelf on the building as it's drawn.
And shutters on the street side window to match the house. And lights on either side of the garage door to match the house.
Hey, John, on the roof, there'll be a roof vent on top.
Like a ridge vent?
Yeah, that's it, a ridge vent, sorry.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
And then I was gonna put a, you know where that window's at instead? I'm not sure if I should put it there or on the back side, but just a vent, you know, like
a fan?
Not a fan, but just like a vent.
I think he's talking about
a louver.
No, I believe he's talking about a louver, yeah.
It's like it's like a plastic thing. It just lets air in essentially.
Yep, yeah. Well, if you put it on the front, you're gonna have to see it. If you put it on the back, it won't. It's like, have fun with that.
All right, you don't care on the back. Okay, got it.
No, because I mean, there's Fipons. They come like octagon. They come square. They come rectangle.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
what
So yeah, I wouldn't put that on the front. I don't think.
And then John, it's not shown on here, but 2 skylights, as I mentioned, on the south side. I don't know if that matters to you guys or not.
Well, what are they gonna look like? Are they flat?
So I would just recommend here, if you are doing skylights, you may want to look at what's called snow shield to protect the skylights from snow loading.
No, good point.
Snow shield?
Are
Yeah,
these,
it
are
would
they
get
gonna open or
installed
the,
basically above the skylight on the roof to protect the skylight. So
oh, it's
it's
like,
minimal cost. It's not very expensive.
I have two of them on my house currently, so, sort of match. It'd be they're called Velex, I believe, Velex.
mhm.
They're from Home Depot, they're standard kind of thing.
They're flat, right? Do they open? Are they gonna open?
No, they won't open. They're just to
Okay,
let
but-
light in. Same concept as having the windows just to get some light in.
Okay, and but they sit flat, they're not bubbles or anything.
Well, I think they sit off up off the roof.
Yeah,
like 4
they
inches.
do, but the glass is gonna be at the same pitch as the
Yes.
roof. It's not gonna bubble up or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, you're correct. That's right.
Okay.
And then it's on the south side, which is the area which is most lit in our zone here.
Sure.
Yeah, Velux is a good skylight.
Okay.
Yeah,
They were in my house for 30 years when we re-roofed, we replaced them, but
yeah, that's a good brand for sure.
All right.
Well, I have a question for you guys. The permit that, if you guys accept the permit here, is this issued to myself or to the builder? Or
To
to
the
both?
builder, the builder is the one that's supposed to register and pull the permits and call for inspections, but at this point, that you need to get back to the builder and tell them to get these plans straightened out, because what we looked at and what she submitted is, or what we agreed on and what we are looking at on paper is two different things.
Agreed.
So they got to go back to the drawing board, to their computer and fix everything to,
I'm just curious if I terminate the agreement, if I have a permit in hand to go elsewhere.
well, if you could tell them to hit the bricks if you want, and then you can submit your own drawings that would reflect everything that we talked about today. And you can be your own general contractor and then hire your concrete guy, hire your carpenter, your roofer, your cider.
Right. Okay.
That just puts you as the responsible party
Right.
for all the inspections and to hold true to the plans properly.
So John, so if we move to approve, do we want to move to approve? And you will, on contingency that you get a complete set of construction drawings that are correct?
Yes. Yeah, because I can't work with this. I don't want to have little scribble notes all over a plan, to go into the file for life. That's
Right.
it's not even close.
the builder will say what it really is.
Yeah, I know. It's like, here's what we talked about, and here's what I issued a permit for, and then there's what they built, which is another thing.
So do you want to table this or you want to approve it?
No, we can approve it with those conditions that a new plan gets submitted with those corrections on it.
And he'll just have to submit that to you.
Yeah, and because all the notes and everything we discussed then will be in the minutes. And I'll go through the minutes and make sure that all that stuff shows up on the plan so that it matches the minutes.
So I'm also adding here, submit plan according to notes.
Right, according to the approvals.
All right, so I think I have everything written down. And we can go to approve as noted. And we'll have a plan submission to John. 2 skylights south side, coach lights, shutters on the windows, no roof shelf, no gable window. Right side elevation to have one window centered or 2 equally spaced, and the gable overhangs, gutters, and materials to match home.
And the garage door to match the present garage doors.
Okay, all right.
I know, we just keep going.
I think the homeowner will avoid headaches if he has a firm set of plans on what's actually gonna be built.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise you go out there and they say, well, it's not on the plan, but you know, it's not what the owner wanted either. So he's not getting what he wants.
Agreed.
And we don't want to be in the middle of between the contractor and the homeowner saying they're supposed to do that. And they say, well, it's not on the plan. So no, I'm not doing it.
Hey, John, I have another question for you. On the base of the slab,
Yes.
what kind of, how much material do they have to put? Do they have to scrape off the topsoil and put a base down, or are they allowed to go right on top of topsoil?
Well, normally they take the topsoil off and then they put 4 to 6 inches of gravel right on the clay because the clay's tight. The topsoil is too permeable.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you want to take that and put it somewhere else.
Yeah, you should get a minimum 4-inch compacted base underneath your
Right.
slab, but probably better to have 6 inches or 2 layers of 4-inch.
Right.
Is there a-
Because then if you get some kind of water situation running sideways, it'll run under the slab instead of trying to pick it up.
Is there a code requirement on it, or is it
4
just?
inches. No.
I
4
don't know if there's a code, but it's standard practice that under any concrete you pretty much ever pour, you always put a compacted granular subbase. And 4 inches is usually the minimum. Sometimes they'll go as small as 2 if it's a very small piece of concrete, but for a garage, I would definitely recommend 4 to 6 inches.
Yeah, our standard is 4 inches. They put down stone-based tamp, but they didn't say how much. It's usually at least 4 inches.
Yeah, I'd say like 4 inches is 6/17 or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd like to see on the drawings?
Well, yeah, you could just she's already put down their stone-based tamp on the one drawing. You could just put 4 inches. I would have just put 4 inches in there with a red pen anyways. And also, just something you might want to consider, when this slab gets poured, because it's so big, you ought to have it saw cut a couple times, maybe 2 or 3 spots, so that when it cracks, which it will, it's not going, every which direction over across this slab.
Yeah, he was gonna.
I mean, when they're updating their plans, you could just ask them to include a control joint profile on the plan view.
Yeah, because you sure don't want to pour a slab all this big with no control joints in it, because that will be a nightmare later.
Okay. Then my only other question, John, would be on the roof thing, it shows 7/16 OSB. Do they allow that on the roof, 7/16?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Only if it's 16 on center, which I don't know
Yeah,
why.
right, it's 16 on center, that's why. Yeah,
Right.
otherwise it'd be 3/4.
I don't know why you wouldn't truss this roof, but if you're having it redrawn, you may want to consider trussing the garage versus stick built. It's a lot more.
Oh, are they doing a stick built?
That's what it's drawn as. It's 2x8 wall ties and 2x4 collar ties.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, probably save money if you get prefabricated trusses. It'll probably save a good amount of labor.
Absolutely.
That's just our opinion, Steve. If you wanted a truss,
Longer.
garage, but that would be economically the way to go since you're having it redrawn.
Yeah, I would tell your contractor that you would like to see a price showing deduct for labor and adds for prefabricated trusses.
Yeah, I still think the trusses will be cheaper.
No, it wouldn't even be an ad. It's more cheaper.
I agree.
than lumber.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've ever found a job where stick built trusses were cheaper than prefab. So
No, you can't get them any cheaper.
Right.
So in other words, they ship the trusses in and they just hoist them up there and knock them in.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
Do they really have to stick built your like roof blocking and maybe some details on the plates or on the gable ends or something? But yeah, the trusses all come with all their members already all built. They come right off a truck and hoisted right up.
Yep.
All right, so with that said, I motion to approve as noted, and we gave you Steve a lot of leeway on this one.
Yeah,
Well,
second.
Kind of helped them design it, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so if everyone's fine to, I'm marking mine approved as noted, if we can get it approved.
Second. Are you looking for a second?
I'm looking for a second.
Seconded.
Mr. Milesy,
Yes.
Mr. Behrman, Dr. Triner,
Yes.
Mr. Lawler.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. And I'm sure I'll be in contact with John over this, and you can go from there.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Steve,
All right.
if you've got any questions and working through some of this with your contractor, feel free to reach out to us. I mean, I specifically would be happy to talk to you if you need any guidance.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right, I'd like to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
All right, thanks, guys.